Hey everyone, have you ever set a big goal, made a detailed plan, and promised yourself, this is it. This time I'm really going to change? And then, a week later, you're right back where you started, scrolling endlessly, procrastinating on that project, and feeling that familiar pang of guilt. Why does our willpower always seem to vanish just when we need it most? The truth is, discipline isn't about having superhuman strength or being tougher than everyone else. It's about understanding the fascinating and sometimes frustrating wiring of your own brain. And once you get how it works, you can start making it work for you, instead of constantly fighting against it. We've all been sold this idea that the key to achieving anything is to stay motivated. But let's be honest, motivation is fickle. It's like a spark. It can burn incredibly bright, but it dies out just as fast. If you only take action when you feel like it, you're building your future on a foundation of sand, because our feelings are notoriously unreliable. Think about the most successful people you admire, like elite athletes. Do you really think they wake up every single morning bursting with excitement to go train? Of course not. They train because they've built systems and routines that make their actions almost automatic. That's the real secret of discipline. Doing what you know you need to do, especially on the days you don't feel like doing it. Real lasting progress comes from consistency, not fleeting moments of inspiration. Now, here's something most people completely miss about the brain. Your brain doesn't actually care about your dreams of writing a novel or building a business. Its number one job, hardwired over millions of years, is survival. It wants to keep you safe, comfortable, and far away from anything that feels like pain, effort, or risk. That's why the moment you try to start a new challenging habit, like hitting the gym at 6 a.m., studying for an exam, or making cold calls for your side hustle, your brain immediately sounds the alarm. It screams, "Warning, this feels uncomfortable. Let's go back to the couch where it's safe." But here's the game-changing insight. Discomfort is not the same as danger. In fact, for growth, discomfort is a requirement. Every single time you push past that internal resistance, you're not just getting a task done, you're actively training your mind to handle more. You're expanding your comfort zone. Discipline is a mental muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The problem is, most of us quit during that initial burn, right before the real strength starts to build. Let's talk about the sneakiest, most powerful enemy of your discipline, dopamine. Your brain releases this feel-good chemical when you do things that offer instant gratification. Scrolling through social media, seeing new likes pop up, eating a sugary snack, binge-watching another episode. These things give you a quick, easy hit of dopamine. The danger is that your brain can get addicted to these cheap, short-term pleasures. The more you feed it instant rewards, the less it enjoys the satisfaction that comes from real, meaningful, long-term work. The effort required to read a book or finish a project just can't compete with the instant buzz from your phone. So, how do you fight back against this? You don't have to quit dopamine entirely. You just need to learn how to control it. Try something neuroscientists call a dopamine detox. Pick one day a week and intentionally avoid all those cheap dopamine hits. No social media, no junk food, no mindless entertainment. It will feel strange, even boring at first. But you'll notice something powerful happening. Your focus will sharpen. Your ability to concentrate will return. And the simple, meaningful things in life will start to feel satisfying again. You're recalibrating your brain's reward system. Ultimately, discipline often boils down to a single tiny decision made in a split second. To act or not to act. The author and speaker Mel Robbins has a brilliant technique for this called the 5-second rule. The moment you have an instinct to act on a goal, like getting out of bed instead of hitting snooze or speaking up in a meeting, you start counting backward from 5. This simple countdown is a form of metacognition. It interrupts the hesitation and self-doubt that your brain uses to talk you out of things. It gives you a brief window to launch into action before fear, laziness, or excuses can take over. It's a trick to get your body moving before your brain has a chance to protest. Because here's the reality, you will never feel ready. Action creates the feeling of readiness, not the other way around. Now this next point is crucial. Most people fail at self-discipline because they focus on the outcome, not their identity. They say, I want to lose 10 pounds, which is a goal. A much more powerful approach is to say, I am becoming the kind of person who never skips a workout. Instead of, I want to save more money, try, I am a disciplined investor who prioritizes my financial future. See the difference? When you start to change your identity, your actions naturally follow. You no longer feel like you're fighting against your own nature. Instead, you are simply acting in alignment with who you are becoming. The goal isn't to force yourself to do things you hate. It's to become the kind of person for whom those actions are automatic and natural. Discipline is not built overnight or in one heroic week of effort. It's forged in the quiet, unglamorous moments, one small choice at a time. It's built through boredom, through failure, and through relentless repetition. This is why consistency will always beat intensity. The small, seemingly insignificant habits that you repeat day in and day out will have a far greater impact on your life than any big, one-time effort. It's not about being perfect. You will have days where you slip up. The key is to not let one bad day turn into a bad week. It's about showing up again the next day, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, and especially when no one is watching. That is how discipline slowly but surely transforms into true freedom. The freedom to choose your actions, rather than being a slave to your impulses. So if you've been sitting around waiting for a magical burst of motivation to strike, I'm here to tell you to stop. Motivation is what gets you to the starting line, but discipline is what carries you across the finish line and every mile in between. Start small, stay consistent, and always remember, your future self is watching every decision you make today. Make the choices that they will thank you for. If this video gave you a new way to think about discipline, do me a favor and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more content on building a better life. And share this with someone you know who is ready to stop making excuses and start taking control. Because at the end of the day, discipline isn't about punishment. It's the highest and most profound form of self-respect. Thanks for watching.